Hello, Level 2 students. This is Unit 1, Lesson 6, and I am going over pages 17, 18, and 19 for this week. So let's begin with page 17. Hopefully you watched the video about how to access your ebooks and complete your assignments and submit them to me, or if you took your book at home, you can definitely use your book and just send me pictures of your pages, okay? So let's begin with page 17. And we are going to read a text called The Science of Catching Criminals. What do you think you will read about in this passage? Probably you would answer me about something about catching criminals, right? What do you know about forensics? What TV shows or books involve forensics? You would probably answer CSI, Forensic Files, Body of Proof, Cold Case Files, The First 48, and The Investigators. Now, we have to see what type of text is this. You have learned that there are different types of texts or reading selections. Hose belongs to a category called literature. Say literature. Literature consists of stories, poems, dramas, and creatively written prose. Hose is fiction or not real. The text we will read today, The Science of Catching Criminals, is non-fiction or not fiction. It is informational. Say informational. That means it provides information or facts. Is a non-fiction work made up or based on real life? It is based on real life. So will today's text contain real people or made up people characters? That's right, real people. So let's focus on the author's purpose. If you would go to your text, you will have to go and see who is the author of the text. And if you paid attention, you would have seen that the author is unknown, okay? So you'll write up here, unknown. Let me write with capital letters so you can see much better. Unknown, okay? And let's see, this text is the type of text you would read in a textbook. The information is factual, but there isn't an author's name attributed to it. It likely means that someone was paid to write this text for a publishing company, but isn't necessarily considered an author. The author's purpose is the reason that he or she wrote the text. Authors write for different purposes. They write to entertain, to persuade, or to inform or teach. Knowing an author's purpose can help a reader better understand a text. Hose was written to entertain us. The Science of Catching Criminals was written to inform or teach. Was the Science of Catching Criminals written to inform or to entertain? To inform, that's right. So we are going to write here to inform. Will the author teach you something or entertain you? Teach, that's right. Have you read any other text in which the author's purpose was to teach? So let's talk about some background information. Many words in the English language came from other languages. The origin of the word forensic comes from the Latin word forensis, which means belonging to debate or public discussion. The modern definition of forensic means belonging to or used in courts or to public discussion or debate. Forensic science is science used in public, in a court, or in the justice system. Any science used for the purposes of the law is a forensic science. So let's consider some big ideas. Write your answer for each question. You will write your own answers right here. Is punishment always just or fair? You will write your answer here. And the second question, how does science influence crime and punishment? Write your answer here. We'll come back to these questions after we finish reading The Science of Catching Criminals. You can add to your answers as you gain information and perspective. Preview. So if you would go to page 19 and let's preview the text together. And I am going to page 19 and let's see if, yep, it will let me scroll and go back and forth. So if you would preview the text, what is the title? The Science of Catching Criminals, right? What clues does the title provide about the passage? The title is similar to the definition of forensics. Let's look to see what additional information the pictures provide. What picture do you see behind the title? So this is the title. What picture do you see? You see the fingerprint right here, right? And this is a double helix. What do you know about fingerprints? Each one of us has a different or unique fingerprint. What is pictured on the bottom of the page? Let's scroll down right here. There are some forensic tools. What is pictured on the next page? Let's see if I can scroll down. Okay, we can see a picture right here. That's a scientist in a lab. Let's read the headings together. Ready? Put your pencil pointer on the first heading and read with me. This is the first heading. At the crime scene. Next heading, back at the lab. And the last one, the power of forensic science. Let's take a moment and compare the text features of a non-fiction text like The Science of Catching Criminals with the format of a fiction text like Holes. What do you notice? You might notice new vocabulary words, right? We had that on the text that we read in Holes, okay? And then we had headings, we had title, and we had pictures, right? Okie doke. Next, we will go to page 18, and this is where you have the vocabulary words. If you remember from the classroom, I usually ask you to write down the definition here, okay? So we are about to read the passage, The Science of Catching Criminals. And before we read, let's review the vocabulary words for this passage. I'm going to read each word aloud and you will repeat and write the word in the third column. You will actually not write the word. I'm going to ask you to write down the definition, and the definitions are right here. You see evidence, and then you find the definition there, okay? And then you're going to put it right here. But first, I want you to read the words and rate yourself, okay? 0 means you have never heard the word before. 1 means that you have heard the word, but you're not sure how to use it. 2 means I am familiar with the word, but I'm not sure if I know the correct meaning. And 3, I know the meaning of the word and I can use it correctly in a sentence, okay? So I am going to start with the first one, evidence. Evidence is proof. Something that shows another thing happened or is true. What is proof or something that shows another thing happened or is true. That's evidence. Fiber. A fiber is a thin thread. Next, innocence. Innocence means the state of not being guilty. Okay. Oops, let me go back. Convict. Convict means to find someone guilty in a court of law. Trace. Trace means a small sign that someone or something was present. Preserve. Preserve means to keep something the way it is. Identify means to recognize, to match with a person or name. Unique means one of a kind, different from all others. Suspect is a person who police think may be guilty of a crime. And the last one is witness. Witness means a person who saw something happen. Okay? So make sure you write down the definition of each word and then submit it in your ebook. Or if you are using your physical book, just take pictures and submit them on Google Classroom. I am going to put the reading of the text in a different video because I am running out of time, okay? So page 19, where the text is read to you, I am going to record a separate video for that, okay? See you later. Bye.